found here is an old grandmother's clock. I found this on Marketplace. The guy was he was wanting to get rid of it out of his garage. It doesn't work, and so I volunteered to take it off his hands. I brought it home, and what I can tell you about it, it's made by Howard Miller, and it's a now let's get a little closer to the dial here, and it's a Barwick, and the model number is 4878, which tells me it's about a 1973, 1974. I wouldn't say it's a top of the line, but it's a pretty nice little clock. It's a little dusty, as you can see. So I got to get the old movement out of there and give it a wash job. Let's kind of gather around the side here. Let me see if I can. I don't think it's got a few battle scars here and there. Right here, we'll just touch that up. Like I said, I don't restore clocks. You got the bottom piece hanging down here. That don't look like a big deal. But let's take a look in the back here. Let's swing it around. Hold on a second. Hold on, just hold on. This would be the movement back here, and it is marked Howard Miller, made in Germany, and it starts out with a UW3211. I was kind of wondering if that was a Yorgos movement made for Howard Miller. It's made in Zeeland, Michigan. Here's the lowdown on it right here. If you can, I don't know if you can read that or not, but 4878 is the model number. And this is plywood. It's not the wood on the clock isn't the greatest, but I think once we clean it up, it's going to be a nice runner. I wonder if it does. Let's just do a little experiment on this thing real quick here. Okay, I'm going to do a little experiment on this here. The center chain would be the one to run the clock. Let's open this door up, and let's just for the heck of it, let's pull on this center chain right here. As you can see, I got the center chain. Pull on this here. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but this clock's going to run. I'm sure this movement's kind of dirty, and maybe it doesn't chime right. I don't know. Let's pull on the chime and see what happens. Man, look at this. Somebody has, believe it or not, on this chime on this side, somebody has for some ungodly reason, has the chain screwed to the side here. So there must be a problem somewhere. Let me advance the hand and see what happens here. Well, it stops. I don't know why they had that like that. Maybe they got tired of listening to a chime. I don't know. Well, anyway, let's get busy on this thing, see what we can do to it. And here's one thing I need to address. As you can see, the hook that the chain hook's on, it's got 3 weights. The hook, this hook is missing, and it screws in there. Screws to this shaft right here, and it's long gone. So, you know what? My daughter makes fun of me for saving every nut and bolt and the little piece of hardware. She says I'm a hoarder, but you know what? There's a box of junk right there. Let's see what we can find. Might be able to make something out of this stuff. Look at this junk in here. Let me look around. Oh, look at this. Now that does not go with this clock. In fact, it doesn't go to a grandfather or grandmother clock at all. But I think I can make something out of this. Let me lay that right there. Stay. That was part of a carriage clock, and it held the handle on a carriage clock. I got a carriage clock upstairs, bought a new handle for it, and it came with these parts. When I got the clock, one of these was missing, and this was the old one on the clock. And when I got the new carriage clock handle for the clock for a replacement, it came with these. So I had this one, and I threw it in the old junk box. And what I'm thinking about doing is, it's got a small hole right there, as you can see. I'll drill this out. Let's see if it even fits on the shaft first. We're doing some big talking, aren't we? Let's see. Doing a lot of talking, don't even know if it's going to work. It looks like it would. Oh my God, look at that. If I'm lying, I'm dying. We're going to make something out of that, you know. Making a silk purse out of a sow's ear right there. All right. Okay, I'm all set repairing the weights. I'm all done repairing, and this is how it turned out. If you remember what I found in my junk box, this is the end result right here, like that. Now I don't know why, if this weight was different or something, but when I put the nut back on this end, I had to manufacture a bit of a washer right there. I took the washer and I just sprayed some metallic gold on it so it didn't show. But what I used is, when I was in auto glass, we used to use a lot of 1/4-inch rivets, and I still have a drill bit here with the rivet ends on them. They look like a little washer. They're kind of round on the top, and I used that and made that little washer with it. Now let's see if it hangs on the clock. Hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I've got that weight that I worked on. Made this little eye here. Hook goes on there. I had to elongate that a little bit with a pair of pliers so that would fit right on there. But apparently the clock is running, and I stuck the pendulum on there. So, since I had the weight on, I thought I'd stick that pendulum on there and see what happens. I think the bead is off a little bit. I would say that probably wouldn't run forever. I'm going to have to set the bead on that. But yeah, there you go. I'll take these, the pendulum, and I'll take these weights upstairs, and I use a product called Bon Ami. It's kind of like Barkeeper's Friend, but I think it's cheaper than Barkeeper's Friend. It's a lot better product. It's called Bon Ami. It's an old product, and I'll shine those weights and the pendulum up a little bit, bring them back down, and then we'll clean that clock up, and we'll get that movement out of there, and clean that up and oil it up, and we'll see how this clock turns out. All right, I got the weights and the pendulum all cleaned up, if you can see that. Got those cleaned up. I used a little Bon Ami. Also, I used a little 1000 sandpaper, like you would buff a car with. And I think those will do it. The next step, we got to clean this dirt off of here. Hang on, I'm going to do some sucking. heard enough of that. The next thing I'm going to do to this clock is, it's beat up here and there. If you look, it's kind of scraped up a little bit. I might be able to do something with that. Back here, we're going to smooth those out with some sandpaper. And here, just a little bit. And then we're going to run some stain across this thing. Clean the body up a little bit, run some stain across it, and see what happens. Then buff her out. Put some Johnson wax on that, paste wax, and buff it out and see what it looks like. Hey, I'm coming along pretty good with this old Howard Miller clock. I got the clock cleaned up pretty well, as you can see. I got it running. Oh, I guess it's running now. And I got the weights on. The clock is running. Had to set the bead on it. But right now, I've got the chimes out of it. There's a chime missing on this. A rod missing. I don't know if you can see right here or not. But I'm taking the screw out right now. I've got a chime. It's not exactly going to this clock, but I'm going to use this one so you don't have an empty, the hammer's not hit, it's got to hit something, But anyway, to get to the point of this whole rambling mess, to get these out, these are very hard to get out. You got to be careful with them. And my little apparatus is, I got a good screwdriver, snap-on screwdriver, pair of vice grips, but then I use some penetrating oil, let it soak for a while. Then I take my solder gun. You could use a torch, but I use a solder gun and put it right on the head of that and just let it sit there for a while till it heats up. And then I work it back and forth. I just don't turn it. I work it back and forth until I hear a crack, and then it comes out. Should be loose, but I mean they are tight. And I don't know whatever happened. This is the second one I did, and it must be somebody tries to adjust or bend that rod and it breaks. I'm not sure. Okay. All right, I'm all done with the Howard Miller clock. I've got it cleaned up and got the dust off of it, got the dirt off of it, and got it running. Fixed the chimes. Got the chimes. I'll show you how. Let's go in the back here. Let's take the back off. Show you what I do with the chimes, if you can see. I had to use a couple of these chimes because they were out of tune. But this one here, it sounds real good. I put this one in here. It's small, but let's get my pocket knife or something out and hit it. See if you can. And you see it's running, movement's clean. It's not a fancy clock, but it is a Howard Miller, and it's running good. I had a heck of a time setting the bead on this thing though. It's real picky. Got a little level here. As you can see, the clock is level that way. Clock is level that way, if you can see that. And hey, all set. Okay, we got another clock rescue done. And hey, I hope you enjoyed watching me get this thing back in order. It's a nice little clock. It's nothing fancy, but looks like it's running good and keeping time. And all right, we'll see you next time. Bye now.
It's a long, long road that we're on. Miles turn to minutes, and the highway hums a song, and the phone poles are spaced and set in stone. And there's frost on the windshield. Long way from home. I see. Victim of circumstance to catch a ride with me, and tears fall down like stormy day. She said she was left here, guess he just tossed her away. Well, I drove on listening through the night, the story of a married man who used to hold her tight, left her standing in the rain with a dollar bill and his old coat, hoping she would find her way again. Well, there's too many fences that we can't climb, too many gold mines that we can't find, too many people wasting time, too many broken hearts, not this broken heart this time. Yeah, there's too many fences that we can't climb, too many gold mines that we can't find, too many people wasting time, too many broken hearts, but not this broken heart this time. It's a long, long road that we're on, a long, long road that we're on, just a long